Right, with virtually nobody on the platform for this train, we are taking the 0935 Grimsby train as far as Habrough. We will then change for the Barton train to Great Coats to take a lengthy walk across the A180 down to the end of Woad Lane to see a couple of light railway movements today.
This is a safety announcement. Due to today's wet weather, please take extra care whilst on the station. Surfaces may be slippery.
And then once we've caught two moves over,
the next train to arrive at platform 3A will be the 0935 East Midlands Railway service to Grimsby Town, calling at Market Raisin, Barnetby, Habrough and Grimsby Town. This train is formed of two coaches.
at Woad Lane, we'll then catch the
next train to arrive at platform 5A will be the 0935 East Midlands Railway service to Leicester via Nottingham, calling at Highcombe, Swinterby, Collingham, Newark Castle, Nottingham, Beeston, Attenborough, East Midlands Parkway, Loughborough, Barrow-on-Soar, Sileby, Syston and Leicester. This train is formed of two coaches. Please note, some of the lifts at Nottingham are currently out of service. Please speak to a member of staff if you need further assistance.
the 12:30 train from Great Coats into Grimsby Town for lunch and then bounce back here on the 14:38 Leicester train.
Platform 5A for the 0935 East Midlands Railway service to Leicester via Nottingham, calling at Highcombe, Swinterby, Collingham, Newark Castle, Nottingham, Beeston, Attenborough, East Midlands Parkway, Loughborough, Barrow-upon-Soar, Sileby, Syston and Leicester. This train is formed of two coaches. Please note, some of the lifts at Nottingham are currently out of service. Please speak to a member of staff if you need further assistance.
That's what, 4 announcements in the space of 2 minutes? Here's our train anyway. And that's the 5th.
Platform 3A for the 0935 East Midlands Railway service to Grimsby Town, calling at Market Raisin, Barnetby, Habrough and Grimsby Town. This train is formed of two coaches.
Because we've got about a 5-minute change at Habrough from the same platform to the same platform, it doesn't matter what part of the train we take. Teleport to Habrough. We're now approaching Habrough, where we change to the Barton Line service for a few stops to Great Coats. Our connecting train is currently almost right behind us, but Ulsterby, we have a 5-minute change anyway, from the platform we arrive on to the platform we leave on, which is the same one. And then following the arrival at Great Coats, we're going to go straight down to the far end of Woad Lane to the half barrier crossing. See 2 training movements there, then move back to Great Coats Station, ready to jump into Grimsby Town. This is the easiest way to do this plan to save changing here and waiting a while on the return later on. This is Habrough, the 10:15 East Midlands Railway service from Leicester to Grimsby 17511. Because of the very small distance between the services, our next one is pretty much already here. On to our next service, the 10:20 East Midlands Railway service, St Barton to Cleethorpes. Right, 785.
This is Habrough. Our next station is Great Coats. Mind the gap and step when leaving the train. This train is longer than the length of the platform at the next station. If you wish to leave us here, please make your way to the very front door of the train to alight. This train is longer than the length of the platform at the next station. If you wish to leave us here, please make your way to the very front door of the train to alight.
Short because of where the bloody hump is. Due to a short platform, passengers for Great Coats must board the front coach. It is horrendously long because of where the bloody Harrington hump is. And that's 158785. The Cleethorpes. If the hump's in the middle of the platform, you have to use the very front door. Oh yeah, up with the barriers. Now we've got to walk over the A180 to Woad Lane. Right, because the station is pretty much on Woad Lane, this should be fairly straightforwards. All we do is follow the full length of the road, across the bridge atop the A180, keep going to the service roads, and then we should get onto the light railway. I'll see you when we step towards the A180, because that's the part I hate. And I've not even done it yet. Well, it's lucky we've got wide footpaths up here. I can also just see the barriers now at Woad Lane half barrier. Both of our next trains here go in the same direction, but because Immingham East needs to release separate tile number 8 machine tokens, they cannot both come through straight after each other. Because it's single line working throughout, obviously, but that also means because of where the signals are, one of the movements is going to have to wait 25 minutes over at Immingham East, whilst the other one clears the line and hands his token over to White Road signal box. And then he needs to also be given the line clear at Great Coast number 1 signal box before the next one can be allowed down here. The only map I've really got to use this way is Traxxas, because I'm not paying for expensive RailCam to use it for one day. But at least the walk down this way is a lot quicker and simpler than that of going from Stallingborough to Kiln Lane or Marsh Lane. We wouldn't even be halfway there yet, and we'd probably have been hit by a car on a carriageway because you can't be seen. Just look at this one's more accessible. Here's one of the service roads for the industrial area, Estate Road number 1. We'll just await this car and then we'll go ahead. The crossing point is further down the road. As long as we go across, it doesn't matter so much. Whilst I've got 2 trains here, I've got to clear both sides, because it makes the most sense. But then because of how the line is this side, there's a massive fuck off fence in the way towards White Road, so it makes it a bit of an awkward angle to record from. But because both of our trains are coming off of Immingham East, they're both coming from that side. But it still means I need to mark off both sides of the line. So let's see how this is going to bloody go then. The most recent train down here before today was Fuel Train 6 Echo 54 about 3 weeks ago. And that was due to flooding at Humber Road Junction. So he couldn't get around via Alderby. So he had to come around this way, which I think must have been the first fuel train in many a year. Because when we came down here in 2018 and beforehand, the only trains coming through were the ore, pretty much, which didn't include the fuel and didn't include the coal. But now all the coal runs have ceased anyway. That's not so big of a problem. I'll stay on this side for a second because there's a van behind me. But I can show you the problem with facing this way. So where we are, we're adjacent to barrier. We can't really see around bend, and that way is a mandatory caution signal towards White Road gate box. But because of where our fence is this side, it makes this impossible, because you can't see nothing there and you can't see the train behind us. Have any jumped down yet? Because I'm really cautious of that, because they're both early. Yeah, OD76 has jumped down. What side do we go for? Fuck knows. I might stay this one and see how far I can see him round the corner. But what do you know, when you don't often use a railway line, it doesn't work properly. The first train, the barriers went up too early. The second train, we had to wait for it to automatically time out because it couldn't figure out the train had just gone. Let's get over to Great Coats. We've got an hour till our train into the town centre at Grimsby. And we're back at Great Coats, just in time for 1B77, running a couple of minutes behind. Well, there's one move we're now not going to see, because the first unit we saw at Woad Lane has turned straight round here. So he's gone straight back again. (25.137). Right, 5104 for Liverpool Lime Street. So the Light 66 came back a few minutes ago, but he had to pass signal 8618 at danger to jump onto the light railway. I don't hold hope for getting out of here quickly. My train's in the very distance over at Healing. But are we just broken the fucking tracks here or what's happened? Let's see if we can leave. As the barriers eventually make their way down, our train is waiting underneath that road bridge at the protecting signal. Because of an issue over at flipping Marsh Junction. So 0Z39 had to pass 8618 signal at danger. And bugger knows what's happening now, because it's all on the go slow, because York pulled all the automatic routes out. And eventually, the now delayed 1231 East Midlands Railway service St Barton and Cleethorpes. Because of a short platform at this station, any customers intending to join this train must board from the middle section of the platform, where only the front door of the train will be opened. Alright, 785. No stop marker for it, but because of where it has to stop for accessibility. Hey, come on, mate.
This is White Coat.
Yay.
Our next station is Grimsby Town.
Oh, goody.
Welcome on board this East Midlands Railway service to Cleethorpes. Our next station is Grimsby Town.
Transpennine train. And shortly arriving into Grimsby Town. The final part of our outbound journey after bouncing from place to place, following driver training runs. I just noticed that the knob's a little bit cracked. I think it's the Leicester train. I don't know what I'm doing next, because default I've got 2 hours before the next one. What I might do is grab lunch and then walk over to Pasture Street for the next Transpennine pair. Because then I've still got over an hour till my next train back at that point anyway. See what happens. Sam's made it to Marshall Lane, that's a better view. Look at how far these go down here as well. This is Grimsby Town. We delayed 1238 East Midlands Railway service from Barton to Cleethorpes, one of 8785. Supposed delayed by a speed restriction. No, there ain't. He ain't out on time either. There's 21224 with a 4 from Morrison's to Cleethorpes Pier. With 21271 on the 6s to Wyber's Wood. Here's 19018, who I think is shortly going on the scrap runs. As all the older vehicles are being swapped out for the newer MMCs that came off of Manchester and Gainsborough. Is 21271 now on his way towards Wyberswood. Here's the 9 for Hewitt Circus, 21274. But first, here's 2126713. 26264 on the 4. 19075 with a Euro car on the 2s. 212 to 1 and 9s for Waltham. There's Lincoln's 37465, which will then join 25s for Market Raise and via Binbrook. That's Gainsborough's 10896 makes its way out on 11s to Waltham via Bradley. Two 26256 for the Pia and 26260. Right, now we've had lunch, had a look around the bus interchange because it's not a bus station, because very few services actually end there. Jumped over to Pasture Street, which is very close to the interchange, and now we're wandering back to the railway station with the ride of my train at 14:25 to leave at 14:38. It's that time now though, so we've got a bit of a while to wait, but at least it's not cold. We've done the Wibbly, which was the heading down to and from Woad Lane. We've done the Wobbly, that was getting out of Greatcoats, and we've done the Woo by getting the extra activities here. So you've done the Wibbly, the Wobbly, the Woo, and we're just waiting for the train back. Just looking at Northern's route map, whilst I've still got a bit of dwell time yet, done a route of 14:25 on P3. I think there's only a couple of lines on Northern's network that don't link to themselves, and it's strange. Like, you got Runcorn, fine, I can understand that. But what about the missing link at Thirsk, Northallerton, Yarmouth, Darlington and Eaglescliffe, and the one that was supposed to be put in by 2021 between York, Moulton, Seymour and Scarborough? Then additionally, up north you've got Penrith for the North Lakes without Northern trains as well, which is strange because of course you've got the link at Carlisle and Oxenholme Lake District for Windermere. You've then got a complete missing link here between Scunthorpe and Barnetby that was initially proposed by the group that has 20 grand a year pocket money, that they wanted to run the Barton train via Doncaster. That then doesn't really make sense because you cut Grimsby off completely. Although it probably wouldn't be too bad moving the Scunthorpe shuttle up and down to Barnetby just to learn that link, because then should any funding ever reappear to reopen Elsham or Appleby, Elsham seems more likely in one direction, you've then got the route knowledge between Scunthorpe and Barnetby. Things to think on. And the 14:25 East Midlands Railway service from Leicester on 78535. start walking down. Here's a showcase of the London Midland Class 170 guys at Grimsby Station, if you've never seen it before. We'll go to the very back end here, I think. This'll do. This is Grimsby Town. This is our final stop. This is Lincoln Central.